everybody. Welcome to Brandon. All right, if you don't know, my name is Paul Dame. I am the newly elected chair of the Vermont Republican Party. Today is my 8th day on the job. How am I doing? All right, everybody here today, are you guys ready to make a positive impact? Awesome, great. As Republicans, we want to do good in our communities. And even before we got started here today, we've already done some serious good, right? By taking the lead, taking action, we've already encouraged folks who disagree with us to do exactly what we're doing. Support my hometown of Brandon. Right, they had another rally here. Noon, they're still here, occupying the space that we reserve. That's okay, we can share.
Yes, sir.
We're a big tent. We're a big tent. And those people came here, and they're going to do exactly what we're going to do. They're going to shop, they're going to eat, they're going to fill their gas tanks, and support Brandon. And I think when your opposition is imitating you, you're already winning. All right, it is great to be back here in Brandon. One of the things I've always loved about Brandon is how it is a picture-perfect microcosm of Vermont. Right? It has everything I love about Vermont. There's a bustling, historic downtown. Just up over the hill, there's a traditional suburban neighborhood up in Mount Pleasant. And just beyond that, right over the hill back here, is the farmland that I grew up on. And despite the unique differences in those three parts of town, they all work together. And people with different opinions can come together and do the same good things for their local community. Brandon was a good place for me to grow up. It's still a great place to live, work, and eat. And I know you guys are going to find that out later, right? Yeah. There's so much good in Brandon. There's so many positives, and I want to reclaim the good things about Brandon. But before we talk about the positive actions, I think we have to take a moment. Before we think about the positive things we're going to be doing moving forward, we've got to be honest about how things have been going lately under President Biden. There's a lot of frustration nationally, right? We're seeing huge inflation. People's Thanksgivings are going to be more expensive than they were before. We've got supply chain issues. Even the merchandise we could not get any extra large t-shirts in any color, right? People are having trouble getting the thing. I have a friend of mine who's a Democrat, hated Trump, doesn't really like Republicans, but he'll still talk to me. He told me, Paul, the other day, my shoes wore out, the heel fell off. I went to the store to go get a new pair of shoes. This is my Democratic friend. He said, and they told me the shoes I want are stuck on a ship in the ocean in California. Let's go, Brandon. Am I doing that right? That's what my Democratic friend said to me. See, this is an issue that affects everybody. Republicans, Democrats, independents, libertarians, conservatives, people who don't know what they are, don't want to be a label, don't want anything. It affects everybody, right? And we just had Veterans Day a few days ago. Under Joe Biden, right, we lost 13 of our servicemen and women with the troop withdrawal in Afghanistan. It's a tragedy, right? But between inflation, right, unavailability of goods, international problems, it seems like President Biden is taking a book out of Jimmy Carter's playbook, right? See, this is the problem is Democrats want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over, never fixing what doesn't work. Problems with state pensions, they want to keep throwing money at the same structure. Problems with education, they keep throwing money at the same structure. Problems with housing, they keep throwing money at the same subsidy structure. And for 20 years, those solutions haven't worked. Republicans are here to do something different. We are here to create a better future. Republicans are here to create a future that works.
That's right.
If we constantly focus on what's wrong today and how we would undo it, we're going to keep losing the battle that's have already been fought. In doing, we concede the future to people who haven't done a good job with it. The Republican Party and you, if you'll join us, needs to better articulate how our state and our nation would be better next year if we had a Republican majority. Do you want to be involved in shaping the future here in Vermont? Or do you want somebody else to do it for you? I don't have all the answers. I want input from people around this great state. But here's a few things I think Republicans should have on the table that can help unite our state and bring prosperity for more Vermonters, regardless of what's happening nationally. We just had Veterans Day on Thursday. There's a wonderful Veterans Memorial right over there on the other side of the gazebo. You should check it out. The names of fallen soldiers from the Civil War. Probably all Republicans, right? One of the things that Vermont Republicans fought for last year was a full repeal of the military pension tax. A lot of people don't realize this. Every House Republican, our Republican governor, all were united on this issue. Vermont is one of only 3 states in the country that taxes 100% of military pensions. These are pensions that have been earned for decades of service. Not only do we owe it to our veterans, but there's a direct economic benefit to Vermont too. Many people retire from the military in their late 30s and 40s. They go on to start a new business, create jobs. They can fill jobs for employers that they have the skills and the training to do that other Vermonters don't. And we can make Vermont a more welcoming place for our veterans by repealing the tax on military pensions. Another way Vermont Republicans can build a better future is by giving more choice to the parents of young kids, both through better daycare options and better school choice. Parents have a right to know and to decide what their kids should learn. And while it might be impractical to have parents designing curriculum, they ought to at least be able to decide what school serves their children's needs. And right now, early child care is becoming a serious problem. There's too many parents who want to get back into the workforce, but we have a serious capacity problem. Our early ed daycare programs. We need more Republicans in the State House to fight to broaden the rules for early ed and allow more providers to offer more services to more parents who are struggling to find a place for their kids. And one last idea is Vermont Republicans can help us build a better future by working to modernize Act 250 and come into the 21st century. We have a serious housing crisis, and young people are not able to buy their first home at the same age their parents and grandparents did. The unpredictable, the expensive process that's made it difficult for developers to build starter homes, and the review process makes it harder to get large, efficient units built as well. We need to reduce the cost, reduce the time, the money, the unpredictability of the Act 250 process. President Biden and Vermont Democrats say they want to build back better. But when have Democrats ever actually done that? They keep building on a shaky foundation that government knows better than the people how to spend money and do things. And the structure they have built is struggling under its own weight. Instead of build back better, Vermont Republicans are here willing to build a future that works. Starting in January, our party will be redrafting its party platform. And I want to hear the best ideas from Vermonters, like all of you, like those listening in, like those who will hear what we've done today from all around the state. How do you think we can work together to build a future that works? In the coming weeks, we're going to be announcing plans to get an unprecedented level of feedback and input from Republicans, Libertarians, Independents, even rural Democrats and progressives who realize that the policies we've seen from the legislature just haven't worked. If you want to be part of this process and part of that change, then I say, let's go. Join me as the happy warrior that I've heard Republican Tim Scott talk about. Sign up at our state party website, vtgop.org. We'll connect you with local Republicans, and when we're ready to roll out the rest of our plan, we'll have you on our list. When Hurricane Irene came to the town of Brandon, it was devastated. But Brandon got together and they built a future that works. Let's take this message around the state. We might be starting here in Brandon, but let's go to Barry. Let's go to Bristol. Let's go to Belvedere and Barton and Bradford. Let's go all over Vermont with this message. Republicans are here to build a future that works. Let's go, Brandon, and let's go, Vermont!